What's good? It's over as Gamer back with another live stream. Welcome back to the channel. We are back with continuation of World Gone Bad. Prey. We are now on to season 2, I believe. Season 2. But I'm just going by the parts specifically. More easier to keep track of. Obviously, you know what I mean, as we're going through it, I'll obviously mention that it's season 2, of course. I just feel like, there's no point of putting all the seasons in there, you know what I mean, when it's just part this or that, you know what I mean, it's easier that way. So, but I will mention it nonetheless, so that way then people at least know that if they are going by that, you know what I mean, this way they're not getting confused, like, oh wait, I thought he's, it's like, oh no, it's still the same. So, we got part 11 through part 13. So, definitely good. Limits and Trigger Finger is part 11. Storms and Waters is 13. And then 12 is A New Marine and New Something. I can't see the rest of it because it's a longer title. Obviously, when we click that one in particular, then of course we'll be able to, see it. Obviously. So yeah. So, as always, What's up, Simba? How we doing? Not too shabby. How about you? Been doing good, man. That's good to hear. So, all credit to Dan Reviews, of course. Show love and support to him. Channel for Dan Reviews. Link is in the description. Check him out. Tell him Mr. Ray sent you. The World Gone Mad Complete Universe. Link for the playlist will be in the description as well. Check that out if you guys are interested in his series, World Gone Mad. His main series, World Gone Mad, or The Prey, which is obviously the one we're doing on right now, and so we're kind of just doing a minor catch-up as of right now. So now we're on to season 2. He's doing what I believe season 4. Not very much further, and then we'll be caught up as well with The Prey. So hit that like button, that'd be awesome. 5 to 6 likes, that'd be fire. Would appreciate it very much. Hope you guys do enjoy. Of course, like I said, I recommend checking it out for yourselves. You guys might have a great time with it and get into it, invested into the characters and everything like that. Just like I am. We got some fire streams here that I'm going to be trying to get back on track with the consistency of uploading content and all that stuff. Of course, things got a little bit rocky there with last night because King Heisenberg, ended up coming over, which was fine. You know what I mean? It just kind of rocked the schedule, if you know what I mean. So now it's just me kind of trying to move in some things around, try to make up for it. You know what I mean? And this and that. So obviously, because of The Prey being a little bit shorter, I'm kind of shoving it in here right away. And then next, I'm going to be continuing Dexter continuation. I believe episodes 5 and episode 6. So stay tuned for that. And then I think after that, I'll be doing Hedgehog Bros continuation. So, which I am now, yet again, 3 episodes behind. So, definitely got to get in a consistent grind here with Hedgehog Bros. I know we've been kind of on and off. You know what I mean? We'll get sidetracked. You know what I mean? Or I'll get sidetracked, and then ended up, building up a 2 to 3 episode gap. You know what I mean? Which is not the end of the world, of course, because obviously we can swipe that out in seconds. You know what I mean? By just doing one big stream. But you know, it'll definitely make it easier to just do one episode at a time, of course, because we can fit in more content. You know what I mean? But it is what it is for this particular one. I'll see how I'm doing after that. I do have to go into work a little bit earlier later today, so I'm gonna kind of just base it on how good I'm doing after that Hedgehog Bros stream, and see if I by chance continue Days Gone Remastered, because that would be the next stream I do after the Hedgehog Bros and such like that. So I'm just gonna kind of see how things kind of play out. So yeah, so we got Fortnite Fridays tomorrow night. Obviously another episode of Hedgehog Bros. As the per usual. So of course I'll be back on track with that. So I'm gonna do Fortnite Fridays first. I'm gonna see how everything goes in terms of like friends joining in and stuff like that. You know what I mean? We'll do the usual grind. And then after that, like I said, episode of Hedgehog Bros. And then after that, I'm gonna be doing Game of Thrones continuation, season 5. So I'll be finally bringing season 5 back into the fold. After season 5, I want to shoot for continuing. Trying to think. Trying to think of like what I want to throw into the fold. I think I'm gonna do Breaking Bad continuation. I think that's what I'm gonna do. And that would be season 5. You know, damn straight. So I'm finally on the final season, which is very exciting. So I think that's what I'm gonna do though. Continue. So I'll be Game of Thrones, and then jump from Game of Thrones to Breaking Bad. 2 fire continuations. So a lot of content, lots of back to back. Bing, 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 bing. So definitely do stay tuned. Lots of fire content, of course. I think Friday we got Cold Water, the finale, episode 6. We have the usual episode of Hedgehog Bros, of course. And then after that, oh yeah, we got more Dexter. What? Yeah, so I'll do Dexter continuation yet again. So that's 3 streams right off the bat. That might be it. If I do... Yeah, that might be it. If I do by chance do one more stream, it potentially could be... Death Stranding maybe, but then again I might, like I said, I might save that for like the afternoon time frame, like Saturday or Sunday. I might save Death Stranding, and same thing with Days Gone, same thing. If I don't squeeze it during this week here, during the middle of the week here, either tonight or tomorrow night, or you know what I mean. If I don't squeeze it in, then I'll definitely do it on the weekend. And I'll do like 2.5 for Days Gone and 2.5 for Death Stranding, maybe even 3 potentially. So I'm just trying to get back on the ground with those continuation games, for sure. I definitely want to make great progress. I think I'm also going to be shooting to start Rise of the Tomb Raider. So I know you guys voted for that one, so I do appreciate you guys voting for it. We'll finally get that started on the channel as well. So definitely excited. I do got to throw Ratchet and Clank in there as well. I think that'll be more of a Sunday continuation there. So that's an FYI. So you're going to start kind of seeing the game continuations kind of come back on the channel. So be a little bit exciting, for sure. You know, kind of throwing them back in here. So that is the scoop. That's at least what I'm shooting for. So lots of fire content, of course. Obviously we'll have the usual One Piece continuation, probably on Saturday. Same thing with War of the Worlds Season 2 continuation on Saturday as well, more than likely. If not Saturday, then definitely Sunday. So that's kind of the situation. They doing good, man. That's great to hear. Hey, basically, plan to ramp into the Sonic movies. I mean, I've already seen them. I've already seen them, but I mean, I guess I could do a rewatch. I mean, I guess I could do the whole thing, right? 1, 2, then Knuckles, then Sonic 3. I guess I could do that. I mean, I'm gonna do a poll on it or something. I guess I very well could do that. I mean, I would have a blast doing it for sure. Shit, those are amazing movies right there. And even the Knuckles show, solid. I'm a person that loves the Knuckles show. I love it. It's entertaining. It's 100% great. If they gave me a season 2, I'd be like, hell yeah. You know what I mean? But I don't care if they, if they do a different spin-off show or something like that. That's fine. You know what I mean? I'm all open for, a new one, or you know what I mean, a new character. You know what I mean? All that good stuff. So I'm all down for it, 100%. It's whatever they see worthy of doing. You know what I mean? I'm all good for it either way. So, so maybe I might do a poll on that symbol, on the to do Sonic movies and rewatch, refresh. I'm gonna be real with you. I remember them pretty damn good. Yeah, I remember them pretty damn good. I mean, that's how well my memory is, because I love them that much. I just, I'm into them that much that I don't forget really anything of the damn movies, or even the Knuckles series, because I just enjoyed it that much. But yeah, I mean, if you want me to do a rewatch on all of them, Sonic 1, Sonic 2, Knuckles, 6 episodes, and then Sonic 3. I can definitely do that, for sure. Of course, I can't promise there won't be no copyright issues, but then again, I might be luckier with it. I might. So, we'll see. We will see. Do you think I should probably do a poll on it, though? Let me know. Let me know if I should probably do a poll on that or not. Did I already turn it? Oh. Yeah, so let me know if you think I should do a poll or not on that symbol. Alrighty, so we got part 11, limits and trigger fingers. Let's get it. These are pretty quick, so they're going to go by pretty fast. Shout out to Mr. Dan. We get another flashback. I'm already guessing. I think I guessed correct. That's what it seems like.
2018. We see a crowd cheering as we see Rob steps out onto a stage as he says, Thank you all for coming out tonight. We have a few new songs for you tonight and a bunch of old stuff as well. This song is about the time you spend with your loved ones and the things that you would do to protect them. It's called Limits and Triggerfinger. Now, we open with a bloody chain on the floor as we see Scott laying there dead, as we see Urban and Nancy walk in, as Nancy runs up to her dead son, as she cries and says, Where is she? Urban looks shocked and devastated and says, She got out. I know she did. Nancy says, Find her. Urban says, If it's the last thing I do, I will. We see Urban put his skull mask on as we see they flee with 10 other men to track down and find Jade. We see Jade running through the woods as we see she's been running for a while. As she backs up against a tree, as she hears people following her, she peeks out to see it's the Skull Hunters, as she then knows they're trying to bring her back. And she looks scared because she's escaped from them once before. As she then runs as fast as she can, she then runs for a while as she sees an old stadium in the distance, as she runs in trying to hide. We see Rob, Jade, and the two Wests are standing in the center of the stadium with their weapons out as Jade says, We gotta go. The man says, Where? We got them right here. They're locked in with us, so let's bust some heads in. As they see all the men run towards them with weapons, as we see Rob takes his sword and starts killing one after another, as we see blood spills all over the grass, as the woman fires her nail gun, killing several of them coming at them from behind. She then clears a path and says, This way, come on. They run and lock themselves into the women's changing room. As we see, there are two deadheads inside. As they walk out, as we see the woman has no shirt on, and the other one is a man, and he has no pants on. As Rob says, Well, the world went to shit, yet suddenly people never stopped getting freaky, huh? Jade says, Alright guys, what's the plan? Because I am not going back there to be their Sunday dinner. They all look scared as we then hear a huge explosion from outside. As we cut to several Skull Hunters getting blown to pieces, as we see a few men up on the top firing a handmade explosive at them. As Urban sees this, and the guy next to him blows up right in front of him as he says, Retreat! Retreat! He and 3 other men run as 2 of them get shot with bow and arrows, but Urban and 1 other guy barely get away with their lives. We see the stadium is covered in smoke as we see a man and woman as she's saying, I don't see them, do you? The man says, I saw them running, although I'm not sure where. They search around as Rob, Jade, and the 2 Wests come out into the smoke. As we see these 2 are walking through. As we see the 2 Wests, she says, Oh my God. Oh my God. They hug and she says, Thank God we found you. As Rob and Jade see all 4 of them look happy to see each other, as Rob says, Well, thanks for saving our asses. Now, who the hell are you? We see Urban walking through the woods as he's badly hurt. We see the other Skull Hunter says, They have more numbers than we thought. And gathering up all of them is going to take a lot more than just us. Urban looks at him and says, No, we're not. We're not telling him. The Skull Hunter looks at him with a look of fear on his face and says, It's time for Ragnar to know about this.
Ooh, to be continued. Oh shit. Huh. Okay. How you liking Dan's series so far, bro? Pretty good, Mr. Single. By the way, did you want me to do a poll on to do the rewatch of the Sonic movies in the Sonic series? Let me know. Let me know if you think I should. 10 out of 10. That was really good. Perfectionist. The tens continue from us to dawn. Yeah, I didn't have no issue with that. That was fire. That was very action packed. A lot of craziness. I didn't expect those kind of things to go out. You know what I mean? I was thinking, ah, shit. You know. But now you left it on a better note, at least for now. So, yeah, 10 out of 10. It's perfect. I loved it. They get their asses whooped and freaking the girl that he's protecting saved. So was Rob himself, W's, and even the other two new characters too. Fire. Oh yeah. Alrighty. Part 12. A new Marine and new friends.
We see Nancy and her other son and daughter standing over Scott's dead body in a bag as we hear, "They're back!" We see Urban and his man walk in covered in blood as Nancy runs up to them and says, "What the hell happened?" Urban says, "There's more of them than we thought. We got ambushed out there. Nancy, this is way bigger than we fucking thought. There's no way we can stop them on our own." Nancy says, "Well, maybe we should reach out to Ragnar." Urban says, "Oh, well, it's your fucking lucky day, because that's exactly what Cody's doing." Cody says, "Look, they ambushed us out there. Living like this, with your son dead, we're gonna need everyone we can get." Back with Rob's group. We see Rob and the rest walking on a trail, as we see some are in a horse and wagon, as we see the two from the West family and the other two new people are all riding in the back, as Rob and Jade are walking out front. As Jade sees a deadhead and it's just half a body crawling on the ground, and she says, "I got it." Rob sees her kill it, and he says, "You're doing that shit all by yourself now. You're good. You really didn't need me at all." Jade says, "I always need you, Dad. Thanks for saving me back there." Rob says, "I wouldn't have stopped. I hope you know that. You've been my purpose for many years. Hell, without you, I'm just a creepy old man in the woods eating snakes and squirrels." Jade chuckles as they keep walking. We see the four others as the blonde woman says, "Holly, what did they do to you?" Holly says, "Me, Morgan, and our crew were out there on a hunt while those psychopaths ambushed us. They killed Pete. Hell, they almost killed all of us." Morgan says, "We barely survived that night." The woman says, "We barely survived too. I'm just glad you're both okay." Holly says, "You can stay with us for the time being till these psychopaths are dealt with." The woman says, "We should get back home." The guy says, "I can't leave my mother not knowing about this." Holly looks at them and says, "Ryder, Mara, no offense, but you both look like shit. Very roughed up. I know the deal that we struck with your mother to keep to ourselves, but let me help you this time." As Mara says, "Okay. Thanks." Ryder says, "It's much appreciated." We see them approaching a shore as they stop there, as Rob says, "So Holly, Morgan, when are y'all gonna tell me where the hell this place of yours is anyway? Morgan says, it's just a little further. Rob says, you know, I'm learning something about this West family, I must say. Mara says, what? Rob says, you all keep a lot of secrets around here. He sees a few deadheads as Mara says, get everything in the boat. Me and Rob will take care of them. As we see the sun going down, as we see Jade, Holly, Ryder, and Morgan getting on this boat, as they get the horses on board, and as they're doing that, we see Rob and Mara killing several deadheads in front of them. Rob sees one of them has crabs on their face, as Rob looks horrified, as Mara kills it, as he says, what the fuck was that? Mara says, that was gross as shit, I can't lie. Ugh, come on, let's go. As they all get in this big boat and sail off to go to Holly and Morgan's home. Back at Blackberry Ranch, we see Urban and Nancy sitting by a campfire. As Urban is looking at a bad cut on his arm, as Nancy says, what the hell happened to you? Urban says, that fucking Jade. She and her people nicked me out there. I'll be alright. Nancy looks upset and says, I told you we shouldn't have resulted to this life, Urban. I told you that this type of shit would happen to us. Urban raises his voice and says, well, this is what we had to do. Crops failed, Nancy. We can't hunt anymore because those things come back and rip your goddamn face off. It's either this or I would watch my family die of starvation. Do you think I like living like this? I don't like it any more than you do. But Ragnar didn't want to help us when we needed it. And I had to make sure that we lived. I had to make sure that my family lived. Nancy looks at her dead son's corpse and throws it in the fire as we see a tear going down her face as she says, well, how'd that turn out for us? She gets up and walks away as Urban stares into the fire with a look of sadness.
Damn. Okay. Alright. 9 out of 10. Very good. I'll give it quite a 10. You know what I mean? It was a little bit more laid back. Not that that's a bad thing. But it was nice that, you know, I don't get perfect, you know what I mean? Perfection, you know. But it's practically perfection. You know what I mean? I liked it. It explained a little bit more on the Nancy and Urban's group. You know what I mean? Of kind of what, you know, their situation, what they plan on doing. You know what I mean? And also I liked it. It kind of touched up with Jade and Rob and their connection. And then also with Holly and Morgan. You know, being a lot more secretive and everything like that about their home place. You know, so I was kind of cool with that. And kind of learning about the other few characters as well, which I thought was kind of cool. So I liked it. Very nice. You know, very, very smooth going, you know. Yeah, so, you know, but it was a little bit more laid back. You know what I mean? Not necessarily a bad thing, though. But yeah, very good. 9 out of 10. Very solid rating. So that was number 12. Last but not least, 13. Storms and Wanders.
We see it's starting to rain, as we see some thunder and lightning, as we see Morgan driving the boat, as Rob walks up to him and he says, "The waters are rough right now." Morgan says, should be alright. It won't take too much longer to get there. Rob says, "What's it like there?" "Gotta know where I'm bringing my daughter exactly to." Morgan says, "It's a good place, with good people. But if you want me to promise you that it's something safe, I'd be lying. Nobody or nowhere is safe, my good friend. But we certainly try our hardest to change that." Rob says, Yeah, we do." We see Mara sitting in one of the bedrooms in the boat as Rob walks in, and Mara says, "How's the kid?" Rob says, "She's fine. All things considered, I'm surprised. I knew my daughter was tough, but regardless, I was still scared." Mara says, "Yeah, I get it. One time when I was little, we lost our home. Burned down by horrible people. My mom died, and I got separated from my dad for a while. And I didn't know what to do. But I had people that helped me along the way. Even when things got bleak, even though we may not have gotten off on the best start, Rob Johnson, I am truly grateful that we crossed paths." Rob taps her on the shoulder and says, "Me too. So, what's the deal with these new guys? You seem to know them decently well, yet you all don't live together. It would seem that sticking together would be the best solution, wouldn't it?" Mara says, "It's complicated. And what happened a long time ago. So, let's just get there and give that daughter of yours a roof over her head. After what she went through, she could use one."
That's cool.
We see Ryder and Holly standing outside of the boat as we see the rain is starting to calm down. But then we hear a loud bang. Ryder and Holly run inside in a panic, and Holly says, "Oh my god, everyone okay?" Rob and Mara run out, and Rob says, "What the hell happened?" Jade says, "Dad?" Rob says, "We're okay." Morgan then notices the boat is slowing down, and he says, "What the hell's going on?" Rob says, "Oh no, fuck." Morgan says, "Stay calm, everyone. I can fix this." The engine sometimes overheats on this old piece of shit. Something's caught in the motherfucker. And it wouldn't be the first time, huh, Ryder? Ryder says, "Okay, look, that was a long time ago. I didn't know what I was driving into back then, and you said that I had this. And then we ended up stranded on that island, and that crazy bearded bastard had to come over there and save our asses." Mara says, Okay, break it up. How long is this gonna take?" Morgan says, "Well, for one thing, I gotta see what's going on under there. I gotta go under the boat so I can find the source. It'll just take a few minutes, but the waters are bad due to this storm, so I suggest we hang our hats here for the night." Jade says, "In the middle of nowhere?" Morgan says, "You got a better idea?"
Fire.
We see Morgan in a suit as he then jumps into the water and swims down under. Rob says, "He's one brave son of a bitch." We see Morgan goes under the boat as we then see there's blood and guts stuck all in the boat as Morgan sees a deadhead got killed underwater. As he looks very confused, as he wonders how this happened, he then sees a reanimated shark is coming towards him. As he looks scared, he tries swimming away quickly. As we see the shark is going straight for him, Morgan manages to swim up as he yells, "Help! Help!" Rob and the others see this reanimated shark as Rob says, "Oh no, Jade, get the rope now!" They throw the rope down for him as they all try to pull him up. As we see everyone pulling the rope as Morgan starts getting lifted up. But then the shark pulls him under the water as we see the shark bites his head off as it kills Morgan, as we see Holly and the others look devastated. And as Rob sees the blood in the water, as we focus on the bloody rope, as they pull it back up. The next day, we see them still stranded in the middle of nowhere, as we see Holly is crying, as Mara walks up to her and says, "I'm so sorry, Holly." Holly says, I shouldn't have let him go down there. It should have been me, not him. He didn't deserve this. Mara says, hey, you can't do that to yourself, okay? He made the choice. And he did it to help us get there. And we will get there. Damn it, we will. Holly says, I just don't know anymore. Mara says, I do. Come on. Mara then goes down to show her an emergency raft that is stored in the boat. Holly says, how'd you know that was there? Mara says, every boat has one. Besides, Morgan was always known for Plan B. We then see Rob, Jade, Mara, Ryder, and Holly as they get in the big raft. As they sail off, we see the sky is clearing as they are approaching a big island. Rob says, hey, you see that? Holly wipes her tears and looks back at Rob and says, we're home.
Wow. Damn. 10 out of 10. Wow. That was good. That was a shocker. I did not expect Morgan to get killed like that. Damn, that's crazy. And reanimated shark, that's crazy. That is wicked shit. But that was cool. It was cool. And scary. I ain't gonna lie about that. Right? Jesus. That sucks that he died though. Rip to that. R.I.P. What a bro. Yeah, 10 out of 10 though. I liked it. It was very good. I like them kind of reassuring, like where they, you know, what place are they going into. You know, you know, kind of catching up on stuff, you know what I mean, with the different characters. I liked it. It was pretty cool. It's very sentimental, you know. So yeah, big W's for sure. Loved it a lot. Let me know what you guys thought. Part 11, 10. Part 12, a 9. And part 13, 10. So very solid ratings. Very good parts. Or episodes, whatever you want to call them. And definitely excited to continue. We got part 14, 15, and 16 for continuation of season 2. So just an FYI, of course. And then we'll have 17, 18, 19, and 20. So, and that will finish season 2. So, lit. Let me know what you guys thought. In the chat and everything like that. Of course, again, all credit to Dan Reviews. Check him out, show him a little support. Tell him Mr. Bays sent you. Of course, check out his War Gone Mad playlist. Link is in the description below, as always. So definitely do check him out for sure. Give it a chance. I think you guys will have a blast with it. And I think you guys will get sucked in as well. So yeah. So, stay tuned. More for our content coming up next. So stay tuned. Keeping it grinding. I'll see you guys in the next one. Remember, 5 to 6 likes. Subscribe. You guys want to do more far content like this. See you guys in the next one. Over here. Sign out. Peace. Have a good one, guys. Much love,